And Minister, my question is very brief and to the point. Merlin College in Dogish in Galway is turning away students, turned them away last year, turned them away this year. They've been refused an extension. And my question very quickly and briefly is, what analysis has been done in relation to the capacity of that school to continue functioning as a school when they're turning away pupils? Thanks.
In order to plan for school provision and analysis, the relevant demographic data, my department divides the country into 314 school planning areas and uses a geographical information system using data from a range of sources to identify where the pressure for school places across the country will arise. With this information, the department carries out nationwide demographic exercises to determine where additional school accommodation is needed at primary and indeed at post-primary level. Major new residential developments in a school planning area have the potential to alter demand in an area. In that regard, as part of the demographic exercises, the department engages with each of the local authorities to obtain the up-to-date data on significant new residential development in each area. This is necessary to ensure that schools' infrastructure planning is keeping pace with demographic changes, as there is a constantly evolving picture, you will appreciate, with planning new residential developments. Where data indicates that additional provision is required, the delivery of such additional provision is dependent on the particular circumstances of each case and may, depending on the circumstances, be provided through either one or a combination of the following: utilising existing unused capacity within a school or schools, extending the capacity of a school or schools, or provision of a new school or schools. Under Project Ireland 2040, the Department continues to make progress to increase the infrastructural capacity in schools sector in order to meet demographic and other demands. Following an assessment of the Galway City school planning area, in which the school referred to by the Deputy is situated, the Department is satisfied that there is adequate capacity available or planned to cater for projected enrolments, and therefore an extension to this particular school is not required.
Thank you, Minister, and thank you for your reply. I have to say I have the greatest respect for the staff of the Department of Education, but something is very wrong here with the analysis. We've been through this with Educate Together in Galway, where there was a battle to show that there was a need. This school in Dogishka, Merlin Park, a very good school, has 650 pupils. Last year they turned away 70. This year they opened for their admissions for next year, and within 2 weeks they were oversubscribed for 120. They had 120 applications yesterday. For 120 places, they had 135 applications yesterday, and there are still weeks to run in that. Now, I don't understand what analysis has been carried out. This is a school in a city that's the fastest growing city in the country. It's one of 5 destined to grow more in the development plan. We know that it's oversubscribed. We know that it's struggling gallantly in relation to a range of difficulties, not having JES status. And they're simply asking for an extension, Minister, to cope with the numbers. Please, can you just address that?
Thank you, Deputy. It is my understanding that there are 11 other post-primary schools in the Galway City school planning area. And it is also my understanding that the demographic analysis is correct in terms of using geographical information systems and using data from a range of sources which identifies where the pressures for school places across the country will arise. With this information, the Department has carried out a demographic exercise, and it, in particular in relation to, we'll say, where you're talking about there, the additional school accommodation needed. It is the view of the Department that there is sufficient places available in the post-primary schools that are within the area to meet the demands of the area. Notwithstanding, I appreciate, Deputy, the case you make yourself for this individual school. The long-term projected enrolment in the Galway City School Planning Area is set to peak at 7,839 in 2024, and on completion of planned capital projects there will be capacity to cater for 8,697 post-primary pupils, which will also cater for additional housing developments within the area. Thank you.
It's a little bit like the figures in the budget. They're monopoly figures. This is a school that's turning away students. There is no capacity in the area. They have no other schools to go to. The welfare officer is at the school trying to find placements for 6th class, and they're being told to go to Athenry, which is not viable. There is no transport. It's simply not viable. They're turning away students. The other positive thing in relation to this school is it was a public-private partnership, and the one positive aspect of that, in my opinion, was there was provision for a 33% future expansion contingency. And so it has been built into the school planning when it was put up that it would extend. And now they're asking for that extension, given the figures that they're turning away. So when I get that standard answer, I understand you have to give it. But surely you can commit to having a look at this school in terms of figures being turned away. I'm after reading them out. Of the 120 places, it's oversubscribed, and they had 135, and there's still 2 weeks to go. 70 turned away last year. My time is up. I'd simply ask for a review of this decision, Minister.
I don't in any way, Deputy, take from the genuine case you make in relation to the school, and I don't in any way dispute the figures that you give also. But I must say to you that the department, in looking at all the options available, is satisfied that there are sufficient places available for all the post-primary pupils in the school planning area going forward. However, I will say to you that the Planning and Building Unit of the Department is currently reviewing all 314 school planning areas to ensure that all pupils will have places going forward, and that your school will be part of that review. Thank you.